I have a very important question to ask y'all. Do you want some candy? Because I got dark chocolate, milk chocolate, caramel, toffee, and butterscotch. We got our nails did. And they're shiny and melanated. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Christina. So I have a very special video for y'all. Wow. I have a very special video for you guys today. It's Monday, arguably the worst day of the week for a majority of human beings on this earth. But with that being said, I have a segment that I like to call Mental Health Mondays, where we talk about just mental health issues, things regarding mental health, and all that good stuff, and just have a healthy conversation about it. Hopefully I bring things to you guys that are helpful. It's 2020. It's been a interesting year, for lack of a better term. I use interesting when I don't know what else to call something. I've gone insane many times. I'm sure I'll go insane many more times. So I wanted to make a video today about how to stay sane. So let's get into it. Number one, delete right and wrong from your vocabulary. Now, hear me out. I know it sounds crazy, but when you really sit down and think about it, first of all, are my clips showing? Yo, why didn't you tell me I still had clips in my hair? Trust me, I know telling somebody that they're wrong is one of the best feelings and sensations you can ever experience. But when you really think about it, at least for me, when I'm having a conversation with somebody and they go, "You're wrong," like I'm just like, first of all, you're rude. Okay, and let me know down in the comment section. I feel like when you're told that you're wrong, when you're just trying to have a conversation with someone or trying to communicate your experience to someone, I feel like you start feeling indignant, it's stressful, it's a little bit unfair. You're not trying to be incorrect, you're trying to communicate your feelings. So with that being said, I really feel like it is helpful to shift the focus away from using words like right and wrong. First of all, right and wrong are too strong, finite, and specific to be used to describe your own or other people's human experience. And that is because everyone's human experience is so different. The only thing on this earth that is the exact same for every single person is mathematics. And I feel like right and wrong, correct, incorrect, those kinds of words should be reserved for math. Think about it. You can go anywhere in the world. A building is standing because someone did their math correctly. A machine is running because someone did their math correctly. No matter where you go, 1 + 1 = 2. When you're working through a word problem, sorry to trigger y'all, I know a lot of us haven't done a word problem in a long time, but when you're doing a word problem or a math equation, you can show your work. If you make a mistake and get the wrong answer, you can go back and erase, you can go back and see the exact moment you messed up, go back and fix it and get the right answer. In math, there is one right answer and every other answer is wrong, and that's just not how life works. You can't treat life like it's a word problem that you can easily go back and fix. With that being said, when you use right and wrong to describe things, that implies that life works like a word problem, and it just doesn't. And it implies that certain actions and certain experiences can only either be right or wrong, and that is not the case. And when you have that mindset, that implies a place of judgment. And no matter what you believe in, whether you believe in a higher power or if you don't believe in anything, no human being is intelligent enough to give them the right to judge another person. But let's use a Christian example for my Christian viewers out there. God weighs all sins the same. He's a higher power, he can do that. On earth, within our human society, our laws take into account varying degrees of harm because not all actions carry the same weight, interpersonally. And within our society, when we look at things that way, morality still doesn't ever come into question. Human language in general is vast, and all the words in a language's vocabulary have varying connotations and nuances so that we can express ourselves and express the exact amount of harm or lack thereof that someone has caused us. So instead of using right and wrong, pick a different word, learn new words. All right, so no more using right and wrong. I feel like it would make things a lot easier, make things a lot more inclusive, make things a lot more relaxed, and take that insanity factor out of there. Okay, moving on to number 2. All right, y'all, this one is for my people who stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning thinking about things they did years ago that nobody even remembers. Me, I'm talking about me, myself, and I. This is me. I was talking to one of my friends, her name is Jamila. She models with me. She's such a chill person, a great energy. I'll link her in the description below. But I was having a conversation with her one day, and she called me out for beating myself up about something I had done a while ago. And she said, Christina, why are you beating yourself up for that? Clearly, you made the best decision for yourself, in that moment. And you know more now. Why are you looking at that situation that way? And I was just like, you might be on to something there. You might be on to something. So my second point is please, 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 please. Remember, we make decisions that are best for us in that moment with the information we have in that moment. I know that sounds super simple. That's a very simple concept to grasp. But when you actually try to apply it, I feel like a lot of people, me especially, we still get caught up in the pity party, in the self-reprimands. We still get caught up in getting stuck in the past and reliving mistakes and reliving bad experiences. But think about it this way. The fact that you can have a pity party means you have more information, you know more. Your current self does not have to agree with what your past self did. Time travel doesn't exist. The closest thing we have to time travel is reliving a memory. And when you relive a memory, you relive that memory from where you were at when that memory happened, with that information, with that mindset, with those same people around you, with that same scenario. And all you can do with that memory is compare it to where you're at now. Instead of focusing so much on that gap in between those two things, just remind yourself that I know more. Yesterday I didn't know as much, today I know more, and do something different today. That's all we have control over anyway. Please try not to beat yourself up too hard. I'm still working on that. I implore y'all to work on that, and hopefully it takes that insane factor out of there. Number 3, a while ago I was going through a little bit of a rough patch, and I was watching a lot of self-help, not existential, that is not the word I'm talking about, essentialism videos, and I came across one. I'm so sorry for whoever came up with this analogy. I don't remember who it was, but if y'all know, please link them in the description. I want them to get credit for this idea. But I came across this one video that was talking about the blue shirt, orange shirt analogy. Now, what is that? If you're wearing a blue shirt and somebody comes up to you and starts criticizing an orange shirt, you're not gonna pay any attention to what they're doing because you're not wearing orange. So when you apply that to people giving you their opinion, when you apply it to life, no one can ever really be wearing the same blue shirt that you're wearing. They can only talk about an orange shirt. They're not you, they're not in your head, they're not living your life the exact same way you are. So anything they could possibly say to you is never going to perfectly align with your experience. It's their perspective versus your perspective. And vice versa. Nothing you say to another person is going to align perfectly with their life either. Everybody's wearing their own shade of blue, and everything you can say about any other person's experience is you just talking about orange. So with that being said, take what other people are saying with a grain of salt, and understand that other people should take what you're saying with a grain of salt. And hopefully, as conversations are happening in that way, that insanity, gets a little bit lower, because everybody is moving through a conversation with the understanding that they only have to use the information that applies to them or the information they find helpful. Okay, last but not least, number 4. I was talking to another friend of mine. Her name is Charlene. She's the president of my club. I'll make sure to link her in the description as well. She is a sweetheart and a fashion icon. I was talking to her one day and I needed her advice on something, and she asked me, okay, do you want President Charlene? Do you want friend Charlene? Or do you want just Charlene the person to answer your question? And I was just like, what? That is the perfect way to address people. How I apply that to myself is everybody has different layers to them, and in communication studies, we call it faces. Everybody has a different face depending on who they're around or what situation they're in. Here's the thing, I have a secret for y'all. You don't have to like or agree with every face someone is presenting or not presenting to you. And on top of that, you don't even have to be around a person when certain faces are presented. You only have to engage with the version that you're comfortable engaging with. And if you learn how to separate the different versions people have, then you can acknowledge them and stay away from the ones that you don't particularly agree with. But an important part of learning about that is acknowledging that every single person has a human version. Think about it. For my viewers out there who have strict parents, I'm seeing a lot of things going around that people are starting to really realize that their parents are people too. That's exactly what I'm saying. First and foremost, your parents are human beings, but they're also your parents. They're also adults. So you don't have to agree with how your parents are as parents. You might respect them as adults. They might know a lot of things about a certain topic or have made a really great life for you and your family. So you might respect them as adults, but you might not like how they were as parents, and hopefully you love them as human beings. I feel like when you look at relationships that way and move through relationships that way, it makes things a lot easier, and it helps you not drive yourself as crazy because you understand that maybe this person's acting a certain way because of the situation they're in or because of who they're talking to, and you can just walk away. You can just head on out until that person's behavior shifts into the version that you're most comfortable with being around. All right, guys, that's all 4 reasons. Just a quick recap for my people in the back. Number 1, delete right and wrong from your vocabulary. It'll make things a lot easier. Number 2, remember, you make decisions based on what's best for you in that moment with the information you have in that moment. Number 3, the blue shirt, orange shirt analogy. If you're wearing blue and someone's talking about orange, you're gonna ignore them. Apply that to life. And last but not least, number 4, everyone has layers, everyone has different versions of themselves. So figure out which version you're comfortable with and only deal with them when they're showing that version. All right, y'all. That was your first Mental Health Monday video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was helpful. I hope it drives you a little bit less crazy because no one wants to feel crazy. Please let me know in the comment section what other mental health related things you'd like me to chat about with you guys. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my... Jesus Christ.
Oh, you gained a subscriber. Now you're at 16.
I'm gonna leave that in the video.
Oh.